So what do you know about bylaws? What is bylaws? Why all these things came? Any idea? Bylaws are actually statutory instruments. Statutory instruments. Okay, so it means that control the physical development of land and buildings to ensure public safety, health, comfort, convenience, and aesthetic harmony. Okay, so these all are the controls or rules, regulations that controls the physical development buildings to ensure public safety, health, comfort, convenience, and aesthetic harmony. Okay. So the main objective is to regulate what can be built, how much and in what manner. Okay. So these bylaws are predominantly derived from legal powers of state and the central government rules. Okay. So predominantly state and municipal. Okay. State, it's town and country planning acts. Okay. Second, municipal acts and development authority acts. Okay. Local bodies, we'll call that as MBBL 2016. It means Building Bylaws. Okay. And NBC 2016, we have spoken about this a lot. It means National Building Code. Okay. Okay. So now we'll quickly have a look about the history of bylaws. How it started, who started it first, and what happened before. All those things we'll discuss in detail. Okay. First, in pre-independence, we have first Town Planning Act. I am talking only based on India, okay. That is actually Town Improvement Act. Okay. Example, Bombay Town Planning Act 1950. This is one of the oldest town planning act in India. Okay. So this is introduced first land use and sanitation regulation. This is mainly used for sanitation regulation. Okay. Then post independence we have the formation of local planning authorities. Okay, this is post independence, that is 1947 to 1970. This is the time where we have started a lot of government bodies for control. Okay, so it is like for formation of local planning authorities. One such is Act in 1957 that is led to DDA and the first master plan in 1982. Okay, so I'll explain in detail about all these things when we are discussing town planning syllabus. Okay, so now it's only the chronology of all bylaws. Okay, and after this 1980 to 2000, during this time only they have introduced the concepts such as FSI. FSI and FAR are same. Okay, FAR, these norms, zoning, setback, parking norms. Okay, so all these things are started between 1980 to 2000. Okay, so this is the first time they started doing CAD, computer aided approval system. Okay, so then from 2000 till now. Okay, so yeah, by 2000 itself we got all the norms, regulations, FSI, zoning, parking. All those norms came by 2000 itself. Okay, so after 2000 people started focusing more on environmental clearance, accessibility, safety, disaster, sustainability, those kind of lines, people started adding lot of norms and regulations. Okay. So after 2000 till now, integration of environmental clearance, accessibility, disaster, safety, and sustainability. Okay. They brought all these things into Model Building Bylaws 2016. By who framed this? This Model Building Bylaws was framed by, any guess, anybody? Ministry of Housing and Urban Development Authority, MOHU. Okay. To provide uniformity across India. Okay. So before this, before MOHUA, it was all, every state has their own rules, regulations, bylaws, all those stuffs. Okay. So after Model Building Bylaws in 2016, there is some kind of a uniformity across the, clear? Okay. So now we quickly see what are the different types of policies and framework that is available in India. Okay. So as we already discussed, policy framework, NBC. I hope everyone knows what is NBC, National Building Code, 2016. Okay. So who gave this law? Who gave NBC rule? Anybody? The unmute பண்ணி பேசலாம். Very good, ma'am. Governing authority. Okay. So this is given by Bureau of Indian Standards. It's called as BIS. Okay. Again, as we already discussed, MBBL 2016. That is Model Building Bylaw. Building Bylaw is given by Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, HUA. Okay. This MOHUA also gave another important guidelines, that is called URDPFI guidelines. This is in 2015. This is also given by same MOHUA. Okay. So this is for urban and regional development planning. Okay. This we'll discuss in detail. UDPFI guidelines alone in a separate class. Okay. This is also given by MOHUA. Okay. Next, Town and Country Planning Act. This is state. Okay. So all these Town and Country Planning Acts will be given by that particular state government. Okay. And similarly, we also have another important interesting act, that is called Real Estate Development Act. Okay. So that is called Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. This is also in 2016. This is called, okay. So this is again very, very important. This is also by MOHUA, Ministry of Housing and Urban Development Authorities, and also each state has one organization. Okay, that is called State RERA. State RERA. Okay. Again, we have another interesting act, that is called Protection Act. This is in 1986. Okay, and further we have EIA notification in 2006. EIA also will discuss separately as a separate class. Okay, this is happened in, this is by Ministry of Environment and Forest. Okay, and also by central government. And again, we have another important act, that is called Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act, 2016. So, whenever some questions related to act is coming, remember the year 2016. In 2016, they have inaugurated a lot of acts. Okay. So, this is by Ministry of Social Justice. Okay. And again, we have another interesting act. This is called Energy Conservation Building Code, ECBC. This is also very, very, very important. This is in the year 2017. Who has given this? Yep, all of us knows. This is by Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Not BIS, this is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Okay. Done? Shall we have a quick recap? Okay. So NBC, all of you knows about NBC. So NBC is a comprehensive technical, NBC is a comprehensive technical and administrative provisions for design, safety and building. Okay. So as you all know, NBC has 13 parts. Okay. I hope everyone knows this. NBC has 13 different parts. Each part deals about different section. Okay, so for example, we discussed about lift has part 8 and the disabilities has part, I don't remember. Okay, so fire has part 4. Like that we have different parts for different areas. Okay, and again, this is with MOHUA. Everyone knows this always talks about floor area index, FSI. This talks about FSI, floor area ratio, density, open space, okay, and also about community facilities. Community facilities. This is predominantly UDPFI guidelines. This is very, 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 very important. Okay. So we'll be having a separate class only dealing this. Okay, that will happen after studying housing and all. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And again, this is state RERA, all these things. This RERA, real estate development, this always governs the registration and customer protection. Governs the registration and customer protection. Okay. And again, Ministry of EIA, this is again very, very important, EIA. Okay. So, we always need environmental clearance for large developments. If you are building some area greater than 20,000 square meters built up area. If you are going to build something with more than 20,000 meters square of built up area, then it's important to get environmental clearance. Okay. Environmental clearance for large areas, large developments. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay. This again talks about barrier free. This is also given in part. Okay. So we'll call this as universal design. Universal design. Part 3 or part 8? Please check this. I'm not sure. Part 3, part 8, I'm not sure. Check. Okay. Okay, so this is giving the green rating, energy efficiency, all those things are based on ECBC guidelines. Okay. Okay, now tell me, what are the components of building bylaws? First is components. Okay. So we have few important components, that is zoning regulations. So what is zoning regulations? The zoning regulations talks about whether this is residential, area is residential or commercial, industrial, public or semi-public, etc. Agriculture, special zones, part 3 danada?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Public, semi-public, recreational, especially transport, utilities or agriculture. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, from where we are getting all these zoning regulations? We are getting all these zoning regulations from master plan. These all are derived from master plan and zoning maps. Okay. Okay, certain mixed use permissions are allowed along the major roads. Major roads la mattum people may allow some kind of extra regulations. Okay, this is zoning regulations, and again we have something special called land use and permissible activities. Land use, permissible activities. So this is called special control zones. We have it defines the function based on where it is located. For example, special control zones, we'll call this as SCZ. Okay, and we also have heritage. Persons may have, if we have heritage area, that may have additional restrictions. Next, very, very important aspect, that is floor area ratio, or we'll call this also as FSI. Everyone knows this formula, but I'm repeating it once again. FAR equal to total built up area on all floors divided by floor area. Okay, so typically ranges from, for residential it is 1.5 to 3. For commercial, again I am telling across the country. Okay, it's not for Tamil Nadu, so don't get confused whether it is for Tamil Nadu or like that. Okay, it's not for Tamil Nadu, it is for across the country. Okay. For CBD, TOD corridors, up to 5. Okay, now tell me what is CBD? CBD and what is TOD? CBD is nothing but Central Business District. TOD is transit-oriented development. TOD is transit-oriented development, CBD is Central Business District. Okay. So next, coverage and open space. Okay. So this is again based on two important things. One is called ground coverage, another one is called setback. Ground coverage is the portion of plot covered by building at ground level. Okay. It is again for low rise. For low rise, 30 to 50%. For high rise, 45%. Okay. So low rise means less than 4 floors. So less than 4 floors, we call that as low rise. Okay. Next, what is setback? It is a minimum open space from plot boundaries to ensure light, ventilation, and also for fire safety. So it varies with height and road width. It's based on the height and road width. It is different. For example, for residence, front is 3 meter, side is 1.5 meter, and rear is 3 meter. This is like common, and again each location, each place, it is different. And it varies based on the location from place to place. Okay. So in general, it is front 3 meter, side 1.5 meter, here 3 meter. This is the normal thing for residence. Next, maximum building height allowed. Building height with respect to road width. Okay. So if our road width is, just a second ma'am, if road width is 9 to 12 meter, then the maximum height is in meters, so maximum 15 meter. 12 to 18, then 24 meter. 18 to 24, then 30 meter. Greater than 24 meter, then we have to go as per FAR and aviation clearance. And again, the thing that governs this is Airport Authorities of India. Done? Now, parking standards. Residential use minimum parking and approx area per ECS. Everyone knows what is ECS? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is ECS? ECS means equivalent car space. Okay. Residential, you need one car per 100 meters square of BUA. What is BUA? Built up area is called BUA. So ECS is 23 to 25 meters square. ECS means equivalent car space. I'll write here. Equivalent car space. Okay, BUA means we'll be using this again and again. Okay, for all problems we'll be using. Built up area. For office or institution, one car per 75 meters square. Again, then when it comes here, it is 75 into 25 meters square. Okay, approximate area. This you have to just multiply. Okay. This 25 is what we will be using everywhere. 23 is only for residents. For all other calculations, we will be using 25 meters square. Okay, for retail shopping complexes, commercial, all commercial, it is one car, 50 meters square. Okay, so for total, you have to multiply this. For cinema or assembly or auditorium, it is one car per 20 seats. This is very, very important. One car per 20 seats. Then how will you convert? Okay, here it is 50 into 25 meters square. This is one car per 26. You have to just multiply. Based on the capacity, you have to multiply. In GATE, you may get these kind of questions to find the total. Like, for example, an auditorium has 2000 seating capacity. Calculate the number of ECS required. Like that they may ask. How will you find? In an auditorium, we'll do it. Okay. Auditorium having 2000 seating capacity. Find the total number of ECS. Calculate.
4,000 into 20.
How much more? How much? 2000 divided by 20. So how much we are getting? 100. 100. Okay. So 100 cars, 100 into 25 meters square. That's a cake. 2500. Okay. So, for example, it will be easy for you. Okay. Structural and construction safety. Pathena IS 456 எல்லாருக்கும் தெரிஞ்ச கோட் என்னது IS 800 என்னது everybody knows IS 1893 என்னது IS 875 இந்ததான் IS 456 is concrete steel. Okay, so this is on loads. Okay, so again NBC part 6 talks about structural, geotechnical and fire certification. Not fire safety, fire certification. There is a difference between fire safety and fire certification. Okay. For fire also we'll see as a separate class. Fire and life safety, it is part 4. Okay. So what are the things we'll see under this? Quickly we'll see. Okay, we'll have a separate class on this. Classification such as industrial, storage, etc. It also talks about exit and staircases. So minimum width 1.25 meter for high rise. Okay, and as all we know, maximum travel distance equal to 30 meter for any building type. Okay, and it is 45 meter if we have sprinklers. Okay, so if we have sprinklers, then the maximum travel distance is 45 meters. If we don't have sprinklers, then 30 meters. Okay. Refuge area is 4%. 4% of floor area at every 24 meter of vertical interval. Okay. And turning radius of fire truck. Turning radius for fire truck. 9 meter minimum. Okay. Clear? Clear up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is like standards rules da. Na sayna vera option e illa. Okay. So barrier free, ramp, minimum landing size, door width, corridors, turning radius. Da ramp na it's always ratio 1:12. Ramp na we always talks about ramp ratio, that is 1:12. Landing, again it is 1800 by 1800 mm, 6 feet by 6 feet. Door with 900 mm. Barrier free ஆயிருந்தாலும் 3 feet தான். 3 feetல wheelchair தாராளமா போகும். ஓகேவா?
Ramp landing வந்து நேத்து நம்ம எழுதுறப்ப 1500 mm minimum length at every 9 meter போட்டுருக்கோம்.
ஓகேடா. ஆக்சுவலா 1500 minimum. 1800 is optimum. 1500 is more than enough. 1500 is a minimum. Corridors, again 1200 mm, 1.2 meters. Turning radius 1500 mm. Okay. This is important. Okay. And again, 9 meter length kapro, you need a landing after every 9 meter length of ramp. After 9 meter length, we need a landing. Okay. For example, 5 floors இல்ல 10 floors ramp மட்டுமே. சரி, இன்னைக்கு நிறைய பார்த்துட்டோம். Shall we work out few problems, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
A residential plot measures 30 meter by 20 meter. The permissible FAR is and ground coverage is 50%. Find the number of floors that can be built. Find the number of floors. A simple question, direct question. That can be built. Assume in each floor full ground coverage is used. So this is first question. And second question is, an office building has 2500 meter square BUA. If parking 1 ECS per 75 meter square, find the total parking area. A roof area 400 meter square. Annual rainfall equal to 1000 mm. Efficiency is 85%. Find the yearly rainwater potential in meter square. Fourth, a ramp is 900 mm rise. Find the total length.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, Ra. 4 floors, correct. So the direct application. Okay, well, they have given the plot area, total built up, okay, floor area ratio or floor space index. ரெண்டு ஒன்று தான். ஓகேவா? ஸோ மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணேன்னா ஒரு டோட்டல் கிடைக்கிது. ஈச் ஃப்ளோரில் 50% தான் இருக்குது. ஸோ 50% of 600 is again 300 meter square. ஸோ 300 total வந்து 1200, 300 in each floor. Divide பண்ணேன்னா you will get. Okay, yeah. And this one, anybody? Okay. So number of ECS first, we have to find number of ECS. எவ்வளோ ஈக்குவலன்ட் கார் ஸ்பேசிங் தேவைப்படுது. ஓகேவா? ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அ டோட்டல் ஏரியா 2500 divided by 75 which is equal to 33.3 வருது. ஓகேவா? தட் இஸ் அப்ராக்சிமேட்லி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், 34 ECS தேவை. ECSனா ஈக்குவலன்ட் காஸ்ட் பேசிக், 34 பார்க்கிங் லாட் தேவை. ஓகே, அப்போ ஏரியா ஈக்குவல் டு ஒரு பார்க்கிங் லாட் ஏரியா என்ன, நம்ம 25. ஓகே, 23 to 25 எடுத்துக்கோங்கன்னு சொன்னேன். ஓகேவா? ஸோ ஒரு பார்க்கிங் லாட்டுக்கு 25 மீட்டர் ஸ்கொயர். ஸோ 850 மீட்டர் ஸ்கொயர். எத்தனை பேர் நான் போட்டேன்? ஹலோ, எஸ், ஹலோ, ஓகே. ஸோ ரெயின் வாட்டர் ஹார்வெஸ்டிங் இது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சிம்பிள். ஸோ இது எப்படி போடணும், இங்கே வந்து ரெயின்ஃபால் வந்து யூ ஹாவ் டு கன்சிடர் தட் அஸ் 1 மீட்டர். வந்து ரெயின் வாட்டர் பொட்டன்ஷியல், தேர் ஆஸ்கிங் ரெயின் வாட்டர் பொட்டன்ஷியல் இன் மீ, ஆப்வியஸ்லி வி நீட் டு டேக் திஸ் அஸ் 1000 போட்டு தப்பாக இடத்துல இருக்கும். ஓகேவா? விச் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு 340 மீட்டர் கியூப் பர் இயர். மீட்டர் கியூப் தான்டா. ஓ மை காட், திஸ் இஸ் ஸோ பேட் நெட். ஓகே, சரி. ஓகே, ஸோ நம்ம ஒன்று என்ன பண்ணுவோம், 10.8 மீட்டரும் ஆன்சர். ஆனால் அந்த ஆன்சர் கரெக்ட் கிடையாது. we need to provide landing, provide intermediate landing which is equal to minimum 1500 mm for every 9 meter rise, for every 9 meter length. Okay, so this number is greater than 9 meter விட அதிகம். So total length equal to 10.8 plus in the value plus 1.5 which is equal to 12.3 meter. ஓகேவா? கண்டிப்பாக கேட்டில் 10.8 ஒரு ஆப்ஷனாக. ஓகே, ஆல் சிம்பிள் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ். ஓகே, கொஞ்சம் பாய். சாட்டர்டே எக்ஸாமுக்கு செக்ஷன் 1 மட்டும்டா. ஓகே, எல்லாம் இருக்கும். இதே டைம் 7 to 8. ஓகேவா? ஃபைன், பாய். யூ ஹாவ் அன் பிரைட் ஃபியூச்சர். ஏதாவது பெரிய கவர்மெண்ட் வேலைக்கு போய், ஓகேவா? இட்ஸ் நாட் தட் டிஃபிகல்ட். பாய்,
தேங்க்யூ.